The Premier League is experiencing its closest three-way title race in years, but the champions won't be decided by Arsenal, Liverpool, or even Manchester City. Instead, it will be a team not even fighting for the title. In today's video, we will look at who this team is and why they will determine who the 2023-2024 Premier League champions will be. Now, let's get into it. At the time of recording, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City each have 7 more Premier League matches to play, and the 3 teams are only separated by 1 point. During these last 7 matches, each team has one common opponent they will have to face.
Do you know Tottenham? What? Tottenham Hotspur?
Hotspur?
No.
What's that?
You never heard of them?
Tottenham Hotspur will decide which of these 3 teams is crowned Premier League champion. At the time of recording, Spurs are chasing Champions League qualification and are sitting in 4th place on 60 points. While Spurs will not be champions, which, let's be honest, they're used to, let's take a look at how the remaining matches against the top 3 will decide who wins the title. Beginning with league leaders Arsenal, this will likely be the biggest North London derby of the last 20 years. The heated rivalry between the clubs will provide extra motivation for both teams to win on April 28th, with Spurs hoping to dash Arsenal's title chances and Arsenal wishing to force Spurs into the Europa League. Crucially, this fixture is being played at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Since 2015, Arsenal have only recorded 1 win away at Tottenham, with the Spurs ground proving to be a tricky test for the Gunners. Despite many considering Arsenal as currently being the best team in Europe based on league form, in derby matches, form goes out the window and is replaced by passion. But a major positive for Arsenal during the lead up to playing Spurs will be that the Champions League quarterfinal will be over, and there will be a 5-day break in between the Chelsea and Tottenham games, giving Arteta's squad crucial time for recovery and tactical planning. Despite Arsenal's struggles away in the North London derby, we are predicting a 1-0 win for Arsenal in this fixture, adding a crucial 3 points in their hunt for the Premier League title. Moving on to Liverpool, the Reds are hoping to remember Jurgen Klopp's final season at the club as Premier League champions, marking both the manager and the club's 2nd Premier League title. The Liverpool vs Spurs match will take place on May 5th at Anfield. Spurs have historically not performed well at the home of Liverpool, with their last win at the ground coming in the 2010-2011 Premier League season. However, we think their fortunes might be slightly better in this match. It must be said that Spurs fixtures from April 13th until the Liverpool match are quite difficult, with none of their opponents being currently lower ranked than 9th. Given Spurs' Champions League ambitions, we think this will play out one of 2 ways. If Spurs go on a good run throughout this period and only lose 2 games, we believe the run of form will favor their chances against Liverpool. On the flip side, if this run of matches does not turn out well overall, the Liverpool game could prove crucial for Ange Postecoglou's team if they hope to be hearing the Champions League anthem next season. For Liverpool, despite their amazing form this season, they have been plagued by injuries. The latest news indicates that crucial players such as Diogo Jota, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Alisson should be fit by the time the Spurs match comes around. However, it will be interesting to see if these players will be physically up for the challenge that the title race might present after returning from injury. What's more, if Liverpool advance to the Europa League semi-finals, which many predict they will, the first round of this tie will be played on May 2nd. 3 days before the Spurs game. Depending on the injury situation at this time, it may present a selection headache for Jurgen Klopp in the Spurs match, especially depending on whether the Premier League, Europa League, or both competitions are prioritized by the manager. Given all of these factors, we predict a 2-2 draw between Liverpool and Spurs on May 5th. Over the last 12 months, Manchester City have undoubtedly been the best team in world football. However, Spurs have been a banana skin for the treble winners in recent years, especially when playing at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Manchester City have only recorded 2 wins in their last 10 visits to Spurs, with no draws coming in any of the matches. Despite being a team who will go down in history for their dominance, under multiple different managers, Spurs have proven to be a tricky customer for the blue side of Manchester. At the time of recording, this fixture is postponed due to Manchester City's involvement in the FA Cup semi-final. Given the fixture congestion at this point in the season, it is unclear when the citizens will visit the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for this match. However, since Manchester City have a strong chance of going through to the Champions League semi-final and the FA Cup final, the sheer number of fixtures during this period may suit Tottenham well when the 2 sides finally meet. Due to Manchester City's overwhelming amount of fixtures and their recent form away to Tottenham, we predict a 1-0 win for Spurs in this match. No matter what happens from now until the end of the season, this has been a season to remember. I'm sure this video will be bookmarked to come back to when every prediction is wrong and Spurs end up completely capitulating top 4. However, Spurs have looked strong at points this season, with a record of 2 wins, 3 draws, and 1 loss against the Big Six. Time will tell what the outcome of these matches will be, but one thing is certain: if any of these results are predicted correctly, the result will go a long way in determining the 2023-2024 Premier League champion.